how was your pee break?
My pee break.
They might flash you undetected.
Random, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
I too am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
messing around?
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor. How do I get full screen here? Because I'm about to pop. Oh, there we go. Right on cue. Pop off. I can't say it enough. Can't say it louder. Can't say it prouder. I trust no bitch. You are damned if you do in this modern world, and you're damned if you don't. You know, we can't believe the perfection, the social media lies. You guys know I've been huffing and puffing, hooting and hollering about this for months, days, weeks, months, years. Okay, eons. Can't trust that shit. And now we can't even choose what we all claim to have wanted all this time, but the A word being authentic. Nope, we can't even trust that shit. We can't trust the fake. We can't trust the transparent. We can't trust the up. We can't trust the down. I trust nothing. I am shook. I don't even know what's real. I don't know. Even you, are you real? Am I real? I feel like the biggest asshole. Just before getting on the show, I said, I've been doing this show for 6 years. No, like real viewership growth, not monetizing. Am I fucking crazy? Like my own relationship, this engagement ring. Is anybody real? Is anything real? That's where I'm at. And I'm almost at a point where I'm like, if you don't think that, maybe you are just lying to yourself. Maybe you, my friend, are bubble boy. That's right. Maybe you're a bubble boy or girl. You know, the 90s, 2000s, I don't know, whatever the fuck film reincarnated, rebooted. You are bubble boy, maybe up your own asshole if you yourself aren't questioning who, what, the fake, the supposedly real, the transparent, the this, the that, the authentic. Even that shit's performative. Nothing is real. What do we believe? Where do I start? Is the better question. Where do I start? What's up, John Legend, in the comments? John Legend, I don't know what you're saying good one to. I don't know if any of that was a good one or if it was just straight up unhinged, but it actually is truth. It's my truth, and that's what actually does make it real. But boy, oh boy, do I have stories for you guys tonight. Let's just get right into it, okay? With the story that shook the web. Shook the interweb from the inside out, like shook them harder than Mrs. Doubtfire's fake titties in between babysitting shifts. Because whether or not you were even big fans of Bunny XO and Jelly Roll, people are crawling, okay, out of their godforsaken graves like the mummy in Hocus Pocus with a sewn up mouth, and people are undoing the yarn of their sewn up mouths to be like, what the fuck did I just watch? Whether they were invested in this, whether they knew about them or not, in announcing that they are divorcing after 10 years together. So again, whether you know about them or not, whether you like fuck with it, rock with it, whatever, and people are like, what is happening? Like, this shit is blowing my brain harder than any mood landing conspiracy, this, that, the other thing. Why is that? Like, why is it seeping into our pores and our psyches? It's because of what they represented. I'll say it over and over. They brought us in. And the fascinating thing about them, right? I'm talking drugs. I'm talking like quite literally sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but all of it, you're thinking, wow, like, holy shit, these people have been through it. Sex work, you know, drug addiction, cheating, separating from cheating. Most recently, as of late, an IVF journey, right? Hoping to get twins with Bunny in her late 40s. All this shit. So you're thinking, what haven't they? What haven't these two been through? Short of like the rapture coming into, you know, grab their ass, fat or not. There was a part of me that was like, Was it a cheating thing again? Did Jelly Roll get the glow up and then he was like, bye, bitch, I've seen it all, right? Or we thought we've seen it all. But the most fascinating thing is they basically became, again, whether how much you knew about them or were fans or not, they became this fixture of, well, shit, in a world of Olivia Colpos, let's just put it that way, with her hot NFL husband, having the perfect life on Instagram, these people are actually what we thought was real. All the while saying, even I did my due diligence, bitch. Okay? I did my little index cards in the library of this topic because it was not that long ago when I think like in January when Bunny was on her book promo tour. She was on the Kelly Clarkson show and she said, "We actually don't like that people deem us relationship goals because we have been through so much shit that they don't even know. Like, we're not that squeaky clean." Here's Kelly Clarkson. And at first, I was writing her off because, again, let me say it again, trust no bitch. But Kelly's like, right, relationships are so hard. And at first I was like, Kelly, stop. But then I was like, oh yeah, she had her fair share of shit in a public divorce. I was like, all right, you got your street cred there. So basically, unless the moral of the story is, unless you've been dragged through the mud, I don't trust you. I want to see the PTSD. I want to see the therapy receipts. I want to see you rocking in fetal position and not in a performative, tear jerking, trying really hard in your car, fake crying influencer way. I mean, the real bitch. Okay. And I mean, like, you're so distraught you're not eating, not Ariana Grande style, but actually, like, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So Kelly Clarkson proved that for me, but I digress because I thought, how interesting that she's saying this. Like, right? So both and Jelly Roll has said it too. We don't like being put on this pedestal of couple goals, all of this. Because for us, it was so inspiring. It's like, shit, these people have been through the mill. And here they are to tell them if they can do it, well, by golly, so can we. And if you peel apart this timeline, this is what makes me think nothing is as it seems, because she's saying this, right? And she's saying, I even gave him a second chance when he cheated. That's a whole other ball of wax. Rob and I talk about that on the relationship show socials because of fascination, right? She was an escort. So it's like, that's not cheating, but him cheating. But she says, I gave him a second chance 7 years, however many years later, he's the man he is, yada, yada, yada. It's who we are, blah, blah, blah. You get it. So if you do the math, Jelly Roll said when he filed that this was like May when they separated. So if it's Shaky Town, okay, if it's Twisterville in May, you bet your fat ass, okay, pre-Ozempic Jelly Roll style, which he'd be the first to admit, that they were already having issues in January when Bunny did this whole book tour and this Kelly Clarkson interview I'm talking about. And I say all this, okay, in my dad hat that literally nobody asked for, with no makeup, looking like a sewer rat, because I am so shook. I couldn't even be bothered to put on makeup to come on tonight and tell you this. But it gets you thinking extra hard. I don't think that they performed being authentic, because that's the twist of all of it, right? We want authentic, we want fake. Well, no, you don't, bitch. Right? But I'm not saying they performed it. What I'm saying is, I actually understand that. I relate to that even with the relationship show with Rob. Like, as much as like them, we put it out there, there is that little part digging into my soul that's like, not pretend, but put out the best of it. Put the best face forward. It's keep on keeping on. It's the best you can do. And for what? For what? And it makes me think there's footage of them not that long ago, like kissing on stage, looking so happy. So did they do it for us, for you, for me, for them, for I don't give a shit, for the Artemis crew, for whoever? Because they felt that they had to, and what was really going on behind the scenes. So I'm not insinuating here by any means that they performed authenticity like half of these fake fucks on the internet. But the point is, it will put your brain in a pretzel and it will make you wonder. And I'm looking at John Legend here, who's being an absolute icon he's coming up with all these acronyms in the comments. John Legend, what's IDMDDB? I trust no bitch. ITNB. Exactly. Like, put it on a hat for all three of you viewers to buy. Because, like I said, like an asshole after 6 years, I'm still showing up here talking to God knows who, talking to the aliens on Disclosure Day. So maybe they'll buy my hat because I'm just batshit crazy enough to keep on, doing this program. But anyways, I did my due diligence, bitch. Sorry, I didn't read far enough in the fine print. John Legend, like IMDb thought, because we have IDMDDB. So moving on, okay, and can I tell you actually while we're on this, the one person, the one entity, the one sign of life, and I search high and I search low, okay? Who wow, I was just about, I've made a Christopher Columbus reference before. And I'm about to like Native American all these bitches, these fake bitches on the internet, because the only person who is real and is authentic is Jackie Schimmel of the Bitch Bible. I've been diving into more of her stuff lately. I've always been like kind of watching here and there, but I listened to 2 full-blown episodes yesterday. She's just caught my attention. She's just like pregnant Jewish woman who just goes the fuck off. And I feel like she's the only one who is actually herself. Like, what you see is what you get. She went on a whole diatribe that spoke to my soul, and I'm pretty sure baptized my Jewish ass about the mediocre Olympics that is Instagram and social media. I swear to God, if I see one more brainless, brain dead influencer who is popping off merely because they are doing a gangbang with some arbitrary goddamn algorithm that says to look like a robot, be lifeless behind the eyes, put this text up, say this hook buzzword, I don't give a fuck. You're not special, bitch. You're not special. And I am tired of this taking over our entire news feeds, and us, who are the bigger retards than they are, applauding it, watching it, sharing it, feeding it, and indulging this nonsense. It is literally the mediocrity Olympics. And I'm done with it. And thank you, Jackie, for pointing that out. I was like, where is the Pulitzer? Where is the Nobel? She's like, this is the unspoken pandemic of the time. I could not agree more. I have been saying that for months. And so to hear it breathed into life by someone who is outside of my brain, I was like, there needs to be a statue erected in George Floyd's place. Is that too soon before Juneteenth? I don't give a fuck. Okay, because it's true. Jackie Schimmel is the real one, the only person that I can trust to actually say what we are thinking, who does not give a fuck. And that's why even when I saw stories like the Zendaya Tom Holland thing, I'm not a big into this couple. I don't really care. But even that, right? They're big, huge Marvel, like they were in Spider-Man, blah, 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 blah. And a whole thing came out because people thought that they got married because AI generated photos came out. And turns out, and their stylist, by the way, who blew this load. Okay. Yeah, YouTube. John Legend's in the comments, like YouTube is censoring you. No, literally. What else is new? Like, join the club, everybody. So, of myself, of getting censored on YouTube. So, yes. Okay, Zendaya and Tom Holland. Yeah, and their stylist like blew on the red carpet. He's like, I feel like that is a Black person who may not get honored on Juneteenth because this guy blew right out of the water, like blew the lid off of this place that they got married, and like no one else knew. They kept it tight-lipped, they kept it private, but they've talked about these two because they're so publicized. Like Zendaya is so mega famous, and they were like, can we have this one sacred thing in our life? Like, it doesn't have to do with show business. Our relationship is ours, yada, yada. In an interview like 2 days ago, Tom Holland confirms that they got married, not the AI one. He debunks that, and he keeps it super tight-lipped. He's like, no, like the Westworld robotics of AI family members were not there. Our real family members were there. That's all you're going to get out of me. That's all you're going to say about that. But it even makes me skeptical of these hoes because I'm like, okay. And that's what's sad, because I feel like it is pure and is innocent, coming from a good place of being like, can we keep this one thing sacred in a world that is so goddamn exploitative of itself and shameless? But even then, it makes me think, I'm like, okay, so is this just is this like a marketing ploy? Like, because the privacy becomes a commodity and the allure and all this stuff. Like, again, trust no bitch. The only people I can trust are the unhinged Jackie Schimmels because everybody else is a goddamn lifeless robot who can't even string two thoughts together. Okay. The unoriginality, goddamn Olympics. And that brings me to Taylor Swift. Okay. On the other side of the spectrum. So this crazy bitch, well, allegedly, she and Travis Kelce, that whole thing, I can't because I feel like this is the epitome. And people have said this about Jelly Roll and Bunny, and I don't feel this much about them because I don't think that they were overindulgent, like trying to. I think they just kind of went with the tide. I think that they were like, we have a really interesting story. People want to know about it. All right, we'll just be honest with y'all. Well, to a degree, right? Because we're seeing what we're seeing now. And I'm not knocking them for maintaining some of that privacy. Again, I get the struggle. But with someone like a Taylor Swift and that whole thing, it makes me nuts when these people like overexpose their shit and then get their panties in a wad when they don't have privacy and they go cry to mom. Go cry to your little mommy. Because rumor on the street is, and the fact that it's a rumor in and of itself is an abomination because people are saying this is just a rumor because it's to distract the paparazzi and it's a distraction ploy. I don't give a fuck what it is because the fact that it exists is embarrassing for the soul. Okay. That they allegedly, these two rented out Madison Square Garden for a course of a few days in July to have 1,000 people come watch their wedding. Okay. So again, whether this is a distraction or if it's not, because people are saying, the paparazzi can't get in there, there aren't windows. Again, I don't give a shit. I never want to hear come out of these people's mouths, either one of these parties, even if Travis Kelce is her beard, I don't care. I don't want to hear them ever complain about privacy ever again. Because while Taylor Swift is a very talented artist, songwriter, the brain cell department in common sense seems to be lacking because how can you want to maintain privacy and keep it sacred? I hear there's like NDAs and shit. In Billy Joel's house of Madison Square Garden, whether it's fake or not, like it's creating a hoopla and a whole thing and a whole spectacle around your situation. So be more contradictory, make less sense, and let us move on with our day. Yeah, John Legend says you're a celebrity, you won't have privacy, it comes with the job. And I get that this is look, I've been in this business of interviewing celebrities, reporting on them for years, and this is something, even before my day that stands the test of time, celebrity and privacy and all that. But it's like I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you want to be private, even if we don't trust it, like the Zendaya Tom Holland, pull a Harrison Ford, okay? Indiana Jones, go churn your own goddamn bumble fuck butter somewhere and just be off the radar, okay? Not this bullshit. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. It's crap. It's fake. It makes us not trust anyone or anything anymore. The three words again, trust no bitch. John Legend says she's too famous to find privacy. It's just audacious. So now, leaving you with two last stories that I don't think I trust any of these clowns. That's how over it I am. I'm going to circus tent blanket statement over all these people. Okay. First is Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, which a fun kind of little bridge. Do you guys remember the story where I interviewed Katy Perry from Taylor Swift to Katy? Behind the scenes at American Idol, because I used to cover it every week, and we'd interview the judges, Lionel Richie and Luke Bryan, all them. And it's when Katy Perry and Taylor Swift were really beefing and they had reconciled. They had songs about it, the whole thing. And I asked Katy, see again, trust no bitch, believe nothing, believe, hear, see. breathe, sneeze, shit, no evil. Okay. But I asked her if she would be open to having Taylor Swift on as a guest judge because, they would do that. And she was like, yeah, totally. And you would think that I was like storming Nancy Pelosi's hidden drawer of like marketing bets and stockings in the Capitol on January 6th because the publicists came after me. Like you wouldn't believe. And they were like, you can't run that story. And I was like, why? It's a happy ending, happily ever after story. So, you never know what goes on. But Katy Perry just came out. Justin shit ass politics, Trudeau, how he is the love of her life, all this. And I don't know, like so much for the 7-year itch because this is like 10-year doomsday because Bunny and Jelly Roll were married 10 years. Katy Perry was with Orlando Bloom. They never got married. They had a kid. They were engaged for almost 10 years, I think like 9 years, right? And he wasn't the love of her life. She's 41, I think. I don't know. I don't know how old she is in her 40s. Russell Brand wasn't. Now it's Justin Trudeau. And she went on a whole thing. And I can attest that this is Katy Perry's personality, like literally revolving Pluto, because she's like, this man has unicorn sunshine rainbows up my asshole and makes me now feel whole. Like I'm paraphrasing, but actually kind of not really, right? It's like a Lisa Frank fever dream of how Katy Perry is describing this courtship. And she's like, he's the love of my life. I finally feel whole. They're posing together happily on the red carpet. And again, I don't know if it's because I'm jaded. I don't know if it's because I have wherewithal of being in the modern world or all this, but I'm like, I don't believe this for a second because guess what? In like 9 months' time, we're going to find out that one of you, maybe Justin, was found like Lamar Odom style with some transvestite in Pride Month in a brothel somewhere like on crack cocaine and it didn't work out. No, if YouTube didn't censor me now. But either way, I don't trust any of it. And we're going out in the finale with one last shebang. That's right. Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun. I don't give a shit how much of it is it staged, how much it's not power couple, this, that, what? Like we were born yesterday. Like I don't think it's a PR stunt, but Sabrina Carpenter, Barry Keoghan, like, you know what I mean? This is the playbook, PR playbook as literally as old as time. And like, I think it was created a couple weeks after the New Testament, but I'm not sure, but it goes back, right? The PR stage couple thing for publicity. I don't think that this is that. However, the Knicks game, photo ops and her looking perfect and the whole thing, whatever. Okay. Like Annie Leibovitz walked. So this photographer that was like, just happened to be in the crowd could run. But Scooter posted a video because Sydney did her second big American Eagle campaign and had huge billboards in Times Square. And he posted a video of them at midnight happening to be in New York City. And in the caption, it's like, we happen to be in New York. Sydney's never been to Times Square. And they took Scooter on a scooter, that meta moment, to go see her massive, okay? Those fuckers on Uranus can see this shit. Okay. It's like poking them in the face, billboard in Times Square. But they went incognito with sunglasses. Nobody recognized them. Fine. Staged or not. But you're meaning to tell me that you have a King Kong dick-sized billboard in Times Square and you've never been to Times Square, and this in the middle of the night with a romantic trending Instagram sound playing on scooters is your first time going to see it? Give me the literal goddamn biggest break on planet Earth. Okay? I'm about to call the Artemis goddamn crew. Maybe they can help me out and hook something up for me. So all of that is to say, guys, we know now that we can't trust. We've known forever the trust no bitchiness of the fake, the Instagram curated, the stuff that haunts my dreams at night. The perfect mansions and the yachts and the pregnancy announcements and the gender things, setting the wildfires ablaze and all this bullshit. Can't trust that. But now we can't even trust the quote unquote privacy, the quote unquote transparent, the quote unquote authentic. Can't trust that. But you know what we can trust, it seems? The only thing that we can trust is that nothing, and I mean truly nothing, is actually what it seems. So Godspeed and good luck to you. And in the meantime, I will see your ass next Thursday. Chris, how was your pee break?
My pee break.
They might flash you on a ticket.
Random baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
And I too am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you
Does
already.
this look like a girl who's joking around? messing around?
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor.